Hi, everybody. It says we're live, so I'm so excited to be here today and to talk to you about what's coming up. Hopefully, everything is going well on that end, and this is coming across. I love technology. I love how this helps us connect with each other and share information. So, thanks for being here, whether you're here live with me now or you're going to join me later. We're going to talk about the upcoming webinar that I'm going to do on February 27th, which is the new age of executive presence. And we're going to talk about the vital skills and behaviors for the ultimate personal brand. I've been doing this work for a really long time, 15 years now, I think. And well, more than that, actually, if you count the dating service days, although that's a longer story, you're going to have to come to the webinar to hear the details on that one. But I've been doing this work around conscious conduct for a really long time. And really all that's about is setting these amazing intentions for how you want to go through the day. I did a poll recently for my group that's on my database, my email database, and I sent out a poll and said, what's your number one pain point professionally? Like, what's the thing you would do anything to fix? And people came back from the poll. I sent it to probably 1,000 people. And the number one pain point, nobody's going to be surprised, is time. You want more of it. And you can't have more of it because we only get 24. You get the same 24. Everybody does. So what I teach clients is it's not about putting more on your plate. It's about making more of what's already there. So how do you make the most of things? I sent out a message today that was about this, that was about making the most of your time and frankly, having the time of your life at work and at play, and several ways that you can do that. One of the tips that I talk about is collapsing time frames, so that making sure that you are teaching at the same time that you are giving people things to do, right? So don't just say, go do this thing. Say, as you do this thing, think about this, be this type of person, connect with your purpose, understand the impact it's going to have in the end, and future pace it for them so that they understand that in all of that, they have this opportunity to be better leaders, and that, oh, by the way, as you become a director, this is really going to help you with your organizational skills or your leadership skills. So you do more than just say, go do this thing. Do it this way, be this person, connect with the purpose of doing it, and then future pace for them what that's going to mean for their career. So that's one way to make more of the time that you have. Another way that I like to share with people has to do with focused time versus fractured time. So the reason why people get so pent up about the whole time thing is that, first of all, we don't feel like there's enough of it, or that we're making the most of it, and we're doing too many things at one time. So we're answering emails and we're getting pinged, and people want to call us and walk into our door. Oh, and by the way, this whole open door policy, not helpful, because it's fractured time. It's the revolving door of thought, and it never teaches people how to really understand the difference between what's urgent and what's important, and how to manage their time better. So when you want focus time, and by the way, that's so necessary and so reasonable to have time to yourself, to focus, to refresh, to eat, to get more water, whatever it is. You may need to go the extra mile of teaching your team what you need in the process. So oftentimes I will tell my team, I'll tell my assistant, look, I need from 1 until 2:30, I need focused time, and I call that out. I need focused time to write. I'm going to disconnect from everything but my text, and I'm going to leave that available in case there's an emergency, a burning house. Now, I also have to educate her on what a burning house is, like what's an actual emergency. And she and I work together long enough now that she knows what I mean by that. So I can go to work, shut down the computer, shut down the internet, get away from Facebook. I love you today. There are times I need to walk away from you. And focus on the writing or whatever that focus time is about. And that way, when I come back around to her, for instance, or to a client or some other thing to do, I can give that my focus time. I can give her my focus time rather than all this fractured stuff where nothing really gets done. So that's another way to make more of the time that you have. So now I'm going to make this direct encouragement that you make time for the webinar that I'm doing on February 27th from 4 until 5 p.m. Eastern. I'm talking about the new age of executive presence. Everyone's heard about executive presence in a lot of different contexts. Of course, my work is about mindful behavior and communication, really managing your mind and your conduct to benefit the people that you serve, yourself included. And so it's not about being a robot or, stuck, like you can't be yourself and say the things that are on your mind, but it is thinking those things through and being more careful, more thoughtful, more about the impact that you're going to have in the end. And so in this free webinar, I'm going to address that first point of what I call the 3 points of impact, that being executive presence, personal brand, and professional profile. We'll talk about executive presence very specifically with attire and energy, conduct, connection, confidence. I mean, I know it sounds like a lot of C things that we're going to be talking about. I like putting things in frameworks that are easy to understand. But at the end of the day, this is for leaders who want to be the most impactful that they can be, who are really ready to understand the basic skills to command any room, to be relevant no matter what the circumstances, and to connect, deeply, meaningfully connect with anyone, anytime, even if you're not an extrovert like me. So I hope you'll join us. It's 1 hour. You can register. I've got the information in the comments, and when I'm done with the Facebook Live, I'll put more comments up about how to get to the registration. When you register for the webinar, you'll also get a copy of the self-assessment on executive presence so that you can look at how do you see yourself in terms of your conduct and how we break that down into the finer details, and how are you with confidence and the ability to come with this generosity of curiosity, and how do you connect? How well do you connect? Is it just with the people who are like you? Or can you learn a little bit more about how to connect with others who are of a different style? So I'm so excited that we got to do this. I'm hoping to do this more often if it's helpful for you. And we'll put the video up on our growing YouTube channel. I love getting comments from you about what more you'd like to know in the realm of mindful leadership, mindful behavior, conscious conduct. I hope everyone has an amazing day. And I'll see you again soon. Bye.